back to the channel where we all can learn and grow together. 3 things. One is I want to let you know after I upload this video, after I upload this video, I'm going to also upload a video of me working on a van. It's not my best work, but I want to continue to put out mechanicing or wrenching videos as much as I can because I am wrenches and boards, so I want to keep doing repair videos when I can. I wasn't able to use my tripod because there's a little piece that is messed up and I can't hold my phone on there right now. In fact, I'm actually doing something holding this phone with a little, I don't know if you heard of the Rubik's Cube twist puzzles, but I used it to make me a cell phone holder to hold my phone up so I could talk to you. But I do got one other video after this one that I'm going to post. It's already edited, I just got to upload it. But before I uploaded that one, I wanted to make this video and upload it first. Second is I wanted to continue to do some Love for Love. This Love for Love is going to be a little bit different. And even though I really appreciate all the beautiful channels out there, and the fact that all these channels and beautiful people out there putting out beautiful content and willing to support each other, I'm willing to continue to do my part to also support and help each other grow collectively. I wanted to take the time to also thank all of you beautiful people out there that you may not put out content, you may not make videos, but you're out there still supporting all of our channels, all of our content. You're commenting, you're a big contribution and a big part of YouTube and the reason why we do what we do. And I, from Wrenches and Boards, wants to give a heartfelt thank you, and I will continue to always give my heartfelt thank yous where I feel they're needed. And I just want to give a Love for Love shout out to all of you beautiful people that just supports our channels, that supports mine, that supports everybody else's, and continuously watches after video and comments and supports. And it is a beautiful thing to put out content for all of you beautiful people out there. And I just wanted to do a Love for Love for you people, you guys, ladies, gents, etc., etc. You make YouTube happen. So I just want to say thank you for that. And the third thing is I've gotten tagged back by tips and tricks, etc., 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 etc. I'm just being goofy with your name, sir. But Ken over Easy Tips and Tricks, etc., 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 etc. I'm being silly. But anyways, it tagged me back with 2 questions. One is, what is my favorite vehicle? And 2, where did I meet my wife? Well, the first time I answered what is my favorite vehicle, I kind of talked about vehicles kind of on what would be a wish list, or vehicles I like from, you know, the 60s, 70s, older vehicles. This time I'm going to answer the same question, but what is the favorite vehicle I have owned? I'm going to kind of switch it up a little bit and talk about a 1978 Ford F-150 truck. And this truck, by the time I got it, I paid $750 for it cash off of my landlord's son. We were renting a house, a little 2-bedroom house at the time. And my landlord's son, he was selling his farm truck, and it definitely was a work truck. By the time I bought it, it was, I think, about 25, 30 years old, something like that. and it was definitely showing its age. It definitely would have been a good, if somebody could get it and knew what to do to restore it, it definitely would have been a good restoration project, but you definitely would have put more money into it than maybe it was worth. But I'll tell you what made that truck worth it was that motor. It was a straight 6 to 306. Oh my goodness, that motor was like, it was still running strong when I traded it off. The only reason why I traded the vehicle off is because it was rusting so bad around the frame that certain things was pulling away from the frame that you don't want pulling away from the frame, especially when you're going down the road and potentially could cause an accident that can injure, other people that you don't want to happen. So for safety reasons, it was getting to the point it just wasn't safe to be on the road. But that motor, I tell you what, that motor was still going strong. I bet you that motor, by the time I even bought it, turned over at least 2 or 3 times, and then I put quite a bit of miles on it myself owning it, so it was probably getting ready to turn over the 4th time, and there really wasn't nothing wrong with the motor. It was just a strong truck. I got a 3/4 ton Chevy out there, and that truck definitely has hauled some loads for me, but that old 1978 Ford, it's done just as much, if not more, than that 3/4 ton I have out there. And man, I put maybe 150 pounds right across the back axle and take off in 2nd gear in the middle of winter, and I was getting around just as good as people in 4-wheel drives. It was good in the snow. Now when we have ice, that was a different story. But I absolutely loved that old truck. It definitely showed its age, but I also loved those triangle windows. I didn't have AC, but you tilt those triangle windows in and you start going down the road. Oh my goodness, you forget that you didn't have AC. That wind blowing on you going down the road, that was almost better than air conditioning sometimes. So, but yeah, that 1978 Ford F-150 with the straight 6, it had a 3-speed stick on the floor with a granny gear, and I tell you what, that was my first. I tell you another reason why I love that truck. It was my first vehicle I got to learn how to drive a stick in, and my landlord's son, he taught me because I told him, hey, one of the conditions for you selling me this is I don't know how to drive a stick, but I'm willing to learn. So he took me out and he explained it so well, and that truck was so forgiving. It was the perfect truck to learn how to drive a stick in. It was just so forgiving that, I mean, it was just a very good beginner truck to learn how to drive a stick in, and it was a lot of fun going through town and shifting those gears. Sometimes I had fun driving it. So, but I would actually, if I had the opportunity to buy that truck all over again, maybe not that exciting one, but one similar that would last me 5 or 6 years, I wouldn't hesitate, even if it did have all the rust and everything on it. I would drive it anyways. The bed, when I bought it, did not have any rust holes. There wasn't no holes in the bed. There wasn't no holes in the floorboard. It wasn't that rusty. But it just had rust around the wheel wells and different things like that. And it definitely, going down the road, you could had that old truck noise that you have to yell to talk to people in the passenger seat. That's probably the only negative part about that truck is it was quite noisy inside the cab, and it definitely bounced you around when you hit the bumps. But I don't know, I guess that was a good experience too, because I kind of miss it sometimes. My ugliest truck, but it's my favorite, most favorite, and I would definitely own another one like it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't care. That thing, if it had the 306 in there, I mean, that motor, it just was, I don't think there's nothing going to stop that motor. But anyways, I want to get to also how I met my wife. And basically, I lived in an apartment by myself. I was bored, and I was just finding things to do. I had a full-time job, but I seen they built this Goodwill. So I figured, you know, to help me out in the evenings, give me something extra to do, plus earn some extra cash. So I decided to put in an application. And I'll tell you what, when you're willing to get in your car, go out on some country roads you never been on, and you keep driving and keep driving, make one right turn, left turn, right turn. You don't even know where you're going. You don't have an idea of a destination. You didn't map it out. You don't have Google Maps. In fact, I didn't even have a smartphone back then. I still had flip phones, and I almost kind of missed the flip phones. But anyways, you're driving, making one turn, left turn, one turn, this turn, that turn, and you're out there an hour out of your way where you don't even have a clue where you're going, to the point when you're trying to find your way back, you're almost panic stricken thinking, oh man, I really burgered up because I really got myself lost. But you see a lot of interesting things doing that. But you know you're pretty bored. You need a second job. So anyways, I ended up getting this second job, and that's where my wife was. She was working there full time. I got a part-time job, and we got to be friends. She had a boyfriend at the time, but I kind of still had a crush on her right off the bat, and but her boyfriend kind of wasn't treating her right, and she left him. And then later on, I ended up asking her to date, and then turned around, asked her to marry me, and 13 and a half years later, we're still happily married. And I wouldn't give it a second thought to do it all over again. I wouldn't even hesitate, take a second breath or nothing to do it over again. I love being married to my wife. She is a beautiful person, beautiful heart, and I'm very proud of her and the person she is. I can make a 2-hour long video just saying all the good things about her, and I wouldn't even scratch the surface. It's just, I love being married to her, and I don't have enough good things to say about her. But I'm really glad I met my wife. I'm glad I went there for a second job, and we got to meet up. But that's how I met my wife, was working at a Goodwill here in town, and it's been a beautiful experience ever since I met her. She's just a beautiful person, and I really love and appreciate everything my wife does around here. And but those are my 2 answers to those questions, and I'm gonna plan on trying to still put out some more Love for Love or some shout outs. I'm not gonna guarantee when, because I was hoping to have more Love for Loves even by now. It's just around here things change as much as the seasons, and one minute I'm on track and next minute I'm buried with stuff. But I kind of like the busy life. Some people don't, but one of these days I'm gonna slow down, I guess. But I like being busy. It keeps me from having to take drives and getting lost. But I hope you stay awesome, stay safe. Also, I hope you stay warm. Find your start, reach your goals. And in this holiday, Christmas season, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And also, don't forget, after you watch this video, check through your listings, because I might have another video posting right after this one of me fixing on my sister-in-law's van. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.